All right, thank you, Jordan. We have Brian Milholland with Milholland Solar, Electric, and Roofing in studio with us. And Greg, I know today on the show we're going to talk about whether solar is right for you or not.
Right. Brian, if I'm a homeowner and I have a normal, typical San Diego County home, how do I find out if solar is a fit for me?
Well, the electric rates in San Diego are the highest they are in the entire country. So once
in the country?
In the entire country,
yeah, let that
yes.
sink in. Anywhere else in the United States of America, they're the highest here.
So people think, oh, we have a lot of sun, that's why solar is a great fit for San Diego, but it has to do with the economics of offsetting your electric bill. So once you pass like $150 a month, you're paying 40 cents per kilowatt hour for electricity.
40 cents?
40 cents.
So as a comparison, what is the typical solar cost per kilowatt hour?
We install solar usually less than 12 cents per kilowatt hour, so you're offsetting the 40 cents with 12 cents.
Wow. So, I mean, obviously power is going to continue to increase, but kind of the threshold is around $140 to $150 a month?
Well, the minimum you're paying for electricity right now is 28 cents. So even from that very first kilowatt that you buy, if we offset that with solar, you're still ahead of the game.
So there's tiers, right? Explain how the tiers work and how expensive that can be.
So the electric rates are in tiers, with the thought that the more you use, the more you're going to pay to try to get people to conserve. Right now the tiers there's 3 levels. Next month there'll be 2. But basically you're paying 28 cents for tier 1, 32 cents for tier 2, and 40 cents for tier 3. And the first 2 tiers cap out at 450 kilowatts. So once you surpass that, you're paying tier 3 electricity rates of 40 cents.
So solar is kind of relatively new as far as, I mean, there's been so many companies that have jumped on it. You've been doing it for a long time. We've talked about it. You've been in many, many times. How does your process work, and how are you different from the other companies out there?
Well, you know, we've been in business for 26 years in San Diego. San Diegans have trusted us to work on their homes and to make sure that we're doing a good job and we're bringing it in on budget. So we want to make sure that the price we give the homeowners is the final price. So we go above and beyond to bring our consultants out to the home, to look at the roof, to look at the electrical system, to find out exactly what it's going to take to put the solar on their home so that they know their entire cost up front and they're not burdened with change orders.
And you're a turnkey company, which, I mean, some people may not know what turnkey means, but you do everything from the system design, engineering, all the way through electrical, the
right.
solar systems, roofing,
so
everything.
The entire process is what you're saying,
the
like from very
process.
start to finish, from the design,
right.
all of that.
We meet with we even go so far as to meet with the city to determine, you know, to get the permits to see if there's any changes that need to be made. Yeah, from the very first time you call us until the solar system is turned on, you're dealing with Milholland Electric employees.
And not to put fear into people's minds, but I know you get a lot of calls when companies have gone out of business and somebody needs a go-to person for solar.
Right.
Actually, I'm very glad you asked that, because we have a fan question, and actually they asked that. We had a company install a solar system for us about 5 years ago. I think we have a problem with the system, but the company that installed it is out of business. So what do we do?
Well, we get phone calls like that on a weekly basis with people whose systems have stopped working and the company's out of business. We can go out and look at the system, determine what the problems are, and we can contact the manufacturers and see if there's still a warranty on the system. And if there is, we can get those manufacturers to provide new equipment and get the system back up and running again.
And you sell a few different manufacturers, and you have a great relationship with the manufacturers. So I'm sure you probably get calls from the manufacturers with people that are, you know, kind
yes.
of in trouble.
We are authorized by most manufacturers in the solar industry to repair their equipment.
Just to be clear too, if you're watching this at home, then Milholland Solar, Electric, and Roofing, they call you up, 855-840-APRO or ApprovedHomePros.com. Now here's the thing, they get a hold of you, right? And you will come out and assess their home for free?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to know whether solar's right or not for you. And I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, you correct me if I'm wrong, Brian, it's probably right for you in San Diego.
Correct. At these current electric rates in San Diego, solar is right for most everybody.
And the cost of the equipment is so affordable now, you've got to do it now.
All right, well, thank you, Brian Milholland from Milholland Solar and Electric. Remember, those rates are only going to go higher and higher. We're looking at more increases, so keep that in mind as well. And we've got Sue Freeze with Ecola Termite and Pest Control.